It's best to teach them flat-handed. There's no set way you have to hold your treats to. You can use, I usually use this with my jeans, but you can, these are like little doggy pouches and it closes up so they don't fall out. The type of treats you use, you can use anything that you want. Donkeys shouldn't have a ton of sugar, so I use animal crackers a lot. They do get mushy in the barn though, so you gotta keep them sealed up. And if you forget about them, kind of cause a mushy mess in your pockets. So in the wintertime, it can be a little tricky here. Horse treats are fine. Try not to go for like the super sugary ones. I try to aim for things that are smaller because if he's chewing on a treat, I don't want to ask for something else while he's still chewing on it. So I kind of want him like quick treat, be done, just like you're doing a dog. Animal crackers too work because I can break them off into little small pieces and I can feed. If they're grabby, he doesn't get the treat until he waits there. So this is something, his next step in training. Waiting for that noise. He can't get the treat from my hand. I'm gonna kind of hide it inside and then I will give it. So let me show you that again in detail. I'm gonna go with the bigger piece. Good. That takes time. So for one that's been super grabby, you know, you have to work at kind of scaffolding your ass and be realistic. But if you want to sit at the fence line and just bond with your donkeys, so I send every donkey home with a big bag of treats, usually animal crackers, and I say a hoof pick and a bag of treats are your friend. Because those are the things that are hard to get to. Those that they're protected in that sense, and to help you bond, treats are fine. Treats are great. But if you stand here and you just go, oh, once I finish this whole bag of animal crackers, my donkey is going to be my best friend. It might, or it might walk all over you and turn into a spoiled brat and not have manners. So if they're grabby, you know, this is an ask. Back. Good. Oh, my fingers are so cold. So it takes me a second to get out there, but the reward, the instant he does it, the release on the lead rope, the word good, you can use clicker training if you want to. Cryo's not like super good at clicker training, but he like understands it moderately. He uses, I think, words more. So if they're up in your space, back them up, ignore them. Okay, if they're bothering you and they're all in your bubble here, don't treat for being in your bubble if you don't want them to be in your bubble. Back them up and go on and just ignore them. They will learn to park there and stand still. If you want one that's all up in your bubble and that doesn't bother you, that's fine. I don't like it. I don't want it done to me and I don't want it done to others. And this burro is going to be out in public, so I do not want a grabby burro. Now he was expecting a treat there. You notice how he's like, I did something for you, asked for something, I did it, I want a treat now. So that's what you start to graduate off of and say, good boy, good boy. If you're just gonna walk into his pasture and bond with him, try not to take treats. Maybe if he follows you around, if you wanted to do some liberty stuff, that's fine. But I try not to just like go in the pasture, especially if there's more than one donkey, and just go give them treats for no reason in the pasture. That's not really gonna help you achieve anything. If you're not trying to catch them and you're not trying to do anything, try to avoid that. Trying to think of what else that I haven't covered. It's a lot of variables. And I think that's the thing that, you know, they're really, really smart creatures. They figure things out super duper quick. It's great, and it's also a curse because they'll figure out how to, you know, get the treats. If I'm leading Cryo around and I run out of treats and he's only driven with like treats, it's not gonna work well for me, right? So that was our struggle in the beginning. He'd follow humans everywhere. If you ran out of treats in your treat bag though, he was like, nah, no thank you. I don't want to go anywhere anymore. So that was something we had to work through. His work ethic is improving, isn't it? a lot. But ignoring does a lot. Asking for something and either having them accomplish that or try before they get a treat. Yes. Did you say yes to that? Take all this in. Scaffolding things, breaking it down, still giving treats for the littlest things in the beginning, getting a little tougher as it goes on, having them not treat mug you, don't be a treat dispenser, having your own boundaries and just deciding what you're okay with and what you're not okay with, I think is the most important thing. And there is no right, there is no wrong. It's your donkey and it's going to live with you, and you should train it to a degree that you're comfortable with, but understand if you're going to take it out in public, there's some extra things to be considerate of, because the general public does not know, and if they do get bit, it's really ouchy, even if the donkey doesn't mean to, or steps on the little kids in their sandal and you feel awful. So keep those things in mind, but if your donkey's just going to live at home with you, just decide on that. No, okay, so you came up and will nibble it, perfect. Kind of ignore it, but I can push him away. No, I'm not going to like smack him in the face. He comes at me teeth bared, yeah, maybe, but he's not going to do that. He's at the point now where he's just like, let me try. Do you see me? Let me see if I can just get my nose in there. But if I'm asking him to just park and sit, I need to ignore him too. So don't constantly keep messing with him if he's being good. Try to let him just percolate if you want him to just percolate. He needs to be a hiking burro and hopefully a driving burro, so I need him to park well. And I don't want him following some person that comes up to him when he's hooked a cart and going, that person gave me scratches or a treat, I'm going to follow them. So I need him to park really, really well. I'm going to set him up for failure here, and I'm going to ignore him, and every time he moves, I'm going to back him up and make him sit there and basically just go to sleep. Right, Cryo? Which is very difficult for a very busy-minded burro like this. Very, very difficult. Very social. Aren't you? Back. Back. Good. He's also really stiff in his neck, so we've been working on neck bending exercises to get him to bend around, just like we do with the horses. So we'll eventually, get to the point where we're bending more. He's just a little stiff in his neck. Good boy. And then holding it. But, all right. So I hope that helps answer some of your questions and goes over the treats a little bit more. But if you have a specific question, like a situation or a scenario, and especially if you can video it, that's super helpful to watch. And then I could give some advice and suggestions about what to do. But there's, like I said, there's no right or wrong. There's just different tools, different tricks, and different things to try. Treats are great, but they're not for every animal, and it can turn dangerous pretty quick, and that's something to be mindful of. All right. Good job, Cryo.